I'm a victim, I'm a victim. Defund the police. Police need to use de-escalation techniques. What does this guy do? He does not de-escalate the situation. Do you know how a normal person running no filters of "this is racist" approaches that situation? They say to themselves, "Hey son, this lady's obviously upset. Let's help her out because she's a fellow human being. Just show her the face of your phone and turn it on so that she can understand that this is not her phone and that she needs to look elsewhere. Let's help her."
We're Animaniacs, totally insane.
They pushed me out and maced me.
Animaniacs, those are the best.
Welcome back, everybody! They pushed me down and tased me.
We're Animaniacs, totally insane.
They pushed me out and maced me.
Animaniacs, those are the best.
Holy cow! The first video of 2021. If you thought 2021 was going to be any better than 2020, 2021 just pushed 2020 down and said, "Hey, hold my beer. Let me show you how we do this." So, a lot of stuff happened this week, but the first thing that really bothered me was this Soho Karen crazy lady. So there's this jazz musician guy. I don't know. I don't listen to jazz. I don't know anybody who listens to jazz because I'm not, 80 years old. So apparently there's this guy. He's a Emmy award-winning jazz, or Grammy, I beg your pardon, award-winning jazz dude. And this is why we always take the Canyon, folks, because the 91 sucks. Doggone 40 million people in California, and they all want to drive on the 91 freeway on a Saturday afternoon at 2 o'clock. So I'm going to dip off and take the Canyon. And I just paid $350 for my vehicle registration because that's supposed to go to widening roads, fixing roads. As you can see, these roads aren't very good. And they take taxes. They add taxes to properties because it's for the kids. And our schools are terrible. Anyway, that's way off the topic. Alright, so this Grammy award-winning jazz dude, whatever he is, of course, when I get off the freeway, the first thing I do is hit like 15 fucking red lights. Probably if I would have stayed on the freeway, I'd be way far ahead, but his son has an iPhone, and he's in New York City, and this crazy lady, you can tell she's crazy because if you look at her eyes are like super wide, super bugged out. She's this little 100-and-nothing pound, light-skinned person. Like, I can't tell if she's, Puerto Rican or mixed or white or whatever, but this big manly man, he has his "I'm a victim" filter on. Now, folks, when you have your "I am a victim" filter on, you are not going to process information properly to have a legitimate outcome to a situation. So this guy's like, "I'm black." He's got his "I'm black" filter on. Therefore, if anybody does anything to me that is lighter skinned than I am, it is because I'm black. So he's got this self-fulfilling failure script running in his head all the time. See, this is what happens when you go to community college, folks. they teach you this shit. They teach you that we all have scripts that run in your head constantly. So if your script is, I'm a hot girl, therefore every guy at the bar owes me a drink. If you have that script running in your head and you're from, I don't know, St. Louis, and then you come down to Los Angeles, and then no guy is buying you a drink, you're like, oh, it's because I'm black. No, it's not because you're black. It's because you're not as pretty as the other girls that we're buying drinks for. So he's got this self-fulfilling failure script. All light-skinned people are racist running in his head. And he's clearly dealing with somebody that is not mentally stable, for lack of a better term. Nobody runs up to anybody and just screams, show me your phone, if they're in their right mind. So either she's panicked or she's crazy. And obviously, as the news came out, she was a little bit of all of that. But instead of de-escalating the situation, like all these, black people who are, I'm a victim, defund the police need to use de-escalation techniques. What does this guy do? He does not de-escalate the situation. Do you know how a normal person running no filters of this is racist approaches that situation? They say to themselves, hey son, this lady's obviously upset. Let's help her out because she's a fellow human being. Just show her the face of your phone and turn it on so that she can understand that this is not her phone and that she needs to look elsewhere. Let's help her. Why would you want to waste her time? This girl is obviously panicked, freaked out, certainly mentally unstable, and you're gonna waste her time by doing the, nope, I don't have to show you anything, nope, I'm not doing anything, nope, I'm not doing nothing, nope, I'm oppressed, nope, you're a fucking asshole. You are the reason that there is racism. People look at that video and they go, see? You can't get along with a black person. They do stupid shit like that all the time. Whether you like it or not, I say this a million times, you are an ambassador for whatever. I'm a white guy from California. I understand anytime that I interact with, let's say, a black person from Australia, I am an ambassador, because that black person from Australia is going to be like, oh, these white American guys aren't as bad as the media portrays us. And I'm going to go, yeah. I mean, look, if shit's wrong, we call it out, which I'm about to here in about 2 seconds. But what we don't do is instigate so that we can prove our self-fulfilling prophecy that white people hate us. That's all this guy was doing. He was antagonizing her. He was like, no, don't show her shit. Fuck her. Don't show her shit. Fuck her. She's just doing it because we're black. No, she's doing it because your son's phone resembled her phone. You fucking racist. And she's the one who gets in trouble. Personally, I think this guy's a fucking piece of shit. I think he led a bad example for his son. It's, you know what? If you want to get along with people, you need to learn how to de-escalate the situation. If any random person, I don't care what your color is, walked up to me and said, hey, That's my phone. And I would, you know, show a picture of my screen and be like, oh, really? Does your phone have a picture of my horse on it? Well, no. Okay, well then here, let's flip through it. Did your phone have all of these pictures on it? No. Okay, well, how long have you been missing your phone? 5 minutes. Now, do you think that I had a chance to load all this stuff on your phone in the last 5 minutes? No. And then they would be like, I apologize, thank you for your help. And then they would go away. But he pulled the everything is racist card, everybody's racist. And personally, I think he looks like the asshole. But the media jumps all over it. Racist people, racist, racism. Whatever. I saw somebody. Here's the thing, we don't address enough in this country until there's a mass shooting. We don't address that we have a mental health crisis in this country. This lady is obviously not mentally right. Now, if we would address her mental condition, this never would have happened. You know, every time there's a mass shooting that breaks out, they're like, oh, blame the guns, blame the guns. It's not the guns, it's the mental condition. I mean, luckily on this one, she just tackled a 14-year-old boy because she's mentally messed up. But, you know, you let that lady go untreated long enough, now all of a sudden she perceives all black people as being thieves. How far of a stretch is it before she gets her hand on a stolen gun and just shoots black people because her iPhone got stolen? And nobody would help her. Nobody would prove that that wasn't her iPhone. You know, you dumb motherfuckers don't even think about this shit. Now! That was only on like day 2 of 2021. Alright, so we move on to January 6th of 2021, or as I like to call it, December 37th of 2020. A bunch of people broke into the House of Representatives and the Senate when they were validating the electoral votes for Joe Biden. Now, whether you agree that he won or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your opinion. It doesn't matter your feelings. For whatever reason in the world, Joe Biden, who didn't get more than, 300 people at any rally all year long, got 80 million people to vote for him. That's not the point. The point is, when everything was said and done, when all the chips fell where they may, he came out on top. Okay, well, what do we do as reasonable, rational people? You go out there and you say, hey, look, this sucks. Shit looks shady as all get out. But what we don't do is we don't break into the Capitol. We don't lower ourselves to that level. But the media has spun this shit way the fuck out of hand. They're like, oh my God, this is an insurrection. It was an attack on democracy, and they raided a government building, and they're trying to overthrow the government. Really? They're different. If that was BLM, it would have been completely different. Yeah, you're right. It would have been completely different if that was BLM. They would have burned shit. They would have stolen the TVs. They would have gotten themselves some nice Nikes. They would have broke into adjacent businesses that had absolutely nothing to do with the government. They would have shot innocent people. They would have raped innocent girls, just like everything that happened in Portland over the entire summer. That wasn't an insurrection. That was a mostly peaceful protest. admission of a mostly peaceful protest. There are like 100,000 people, I don't know how many hundreds of thousands of people, in Washington, D.C. About 1,000 of them, you know, I wouldn't say broken, because the cops, the Capitol Police took the barricades apart and were like, come on in. So I wouldn't exactly call it. Now, where they're trying to break into the inner chambers and they're smashing out the windows, and that one cop got all itchy trigger finger and popped that girl in the neck. Good. I have no problem with that. That dude's gonna go to jail for a long time. You know, the only guy in the entire building that fired a shot, this motherfucker. And who does he hit? Air Force veteran of like 14 years who's fucking crazy. Remember how we're talking about we have a mental health problem in America? Yeah, this lady has a mental health issue. I don't know if it was PTSD or whatever, but she believes that whole QAnon thing, and you know, they're in the pizzerias in Washington, D.C. They got child slave sex rings going on. She believes in all of that. So, yeah, she's crazy. But, you know, for everybody to come out and say, oh, you know, this is an insurrection, this is domestic terrorism. Where were all of y'all in the middle of the summer until now? When BLM is tearing down statues, burning down police station, when they block the police inside so that they can burn them. And then Twitter and Facebook ban the president from their platforms, and then Google and Apple Store ban Parler from their apps, so you can't download the Parler app because they say, oh, well, these people are inciting violence. So it's like, you know what, I'm so fucking done with the media. Look, we are 9 days in to 2021, and I'm like, you know what, fuck everything. No, I'm gonna tell everybody on Facebook, if you're my friend on Facebook, go start a Parler account. You want to chat with me online, you can chat with me on Parler at Johnny Veritas, because I only speak the truth. Veritas and Latin for truth, I only speak the truth. So, fuck Twitter. I never got on it anyway. I thought it was this stupid ass media. Never got on Twitter. But Facebook sells your information. Get the fuck off Facebook. And they monitor you and they censor you. Go to Parler. Parler's free speech. You can say whatever the fuck you want. You can curse as much as you want. You want to call Michelle Obama a man, you can do it. I had one of my videos removed from YouTube because I said Michelle Obama looked like a man. You know, you can post that stuff over on Parler. They don't care because it's free speech. I'm allowed to say somebody looks like something else. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. First week of 2021 is starting to look like that 2020 is like that little wave, and that 2021 is the bigger wave. Joe Biden going to be president for about 2 years, and then they're going to figure out a way to get him out of office so Kamala can take over, destroy everything, and then Trump's going to be back in 2024, everybody! So stay tuned, stay healthy, and I will see you next time.